Never a dull moment with the Battle of the Bridge. I think our team came out really strong and ready to meet the challenge. I think we can play a lot better than what we've played today, but obviously we're happy with the win. Canisius is a very tough team. We knew they wouldn't go away. It didn't matter what the score was. We knew that they were going to keep battling back. And for us, it was about how are we going to counter and make sure that we were still doing the things that we needed to do. So we're going to clean up a couple things in the next couple of days to get ready for the Mount St. Mary's. And, I'm just glad wins are hard, and we tell them that all the time. But for us, we definitely have higher standards in how we want to do things, especially if we're trying to win a MAC championship.
All right, open up for questions.
Okay.
Rachel, do you want to start?
Angel, how vital was it for your team to set a defensive tone early in this game to get able to one successful shot in the first 6 or 7 minutes?
I think that's the most important thing that we focus on. Defense is our bread and butter. It's what we go to. And that kind of creates for us, so that's what gets us going. So we have to make sure that we come out like on fire so that we can, kind of make a statement.
Leah, how would you describe your team's defense to someone who's never seen it before?
Very chaotic. It's everybody's everywhere. Just very extreme.
Angel, the habit you guys create pressing the ball, how does that help you, or how does that play into your offense and the scoring might be able to go on?
When we're able to force turnovers, I think it helps us get those, like easy layups. It just helps us get more shot opportunities to score.
What's it like some of the plays yourself and some of your teammates had where you get the steal and then you get the basket right away, to kind of describe a little bit what it's like making those kind of two-way plays?
I think that also is, like I said, about our defense, it just gives us life. It pumps us up because we're getting it easily where our defense is what's turning into our offense, and that's what we preach. So.
At halftime, Jada, what kind of adjustments did you see Canisius make? Because they started out, they hit those 2 3-pointers early on, kind of got themselves back in the game a little bit. What adjustments did you see Canisius make?
I mean, they went to kind of like a pick and pop situation, which they weren't necessarily doing a ton of in the first half. So I think for us, we then had to make our adjustment when they went to that. The biggest thing for us, though, was keeping ball handlers in front. And we didn't do a great job of that those first couple of possessions, which allowed them to score those 3-pointers.
Jada, the pressure defense and the turning people over, how much of that would you say is continuation of what you did last year, and are you doing it better or at another level than a year ago?
I think it's hard to compare teams, right? I think last year we did a pretty good job of forcing turnovers and converting off of them. I think we're creating more turnovers this year, like forcing more turnovers this year than we did last year. We did lead, I think, the nation last year as well. But, I mean, we've had more 30 turnover games this year than we did last year. So I think we have amped it up a little bit more, especially with adding someone like Nickel, who can really hawk the ball a lot, and that leaves Angel to not have to do that as much. So I think you're seeing, Angel be able to do a little bit more on the offensive end because she's not wearing herself out in a sense, defensively. So, and I think Jade Rutledge has added a lot too to our defense. So I think we added a few pieces that have helped us to kind of be a little more athletic, a little quicker, to spots, and that's the kind of stuff we want to, carry on the rest of the season.
Really, for anybody that wants to answer, but are you being more aggressive or just maybe more successful with that type of style on defense?
Go ahead.
I'd say it's a little bit of both. I think we are it's kind of coming to us individually that we can be more aggressive. So it's more collectively as a team, we're being aggressive as a team, and so that's what's making it successful, that we're all rotating and we're all on the same page.
Angel, your team's won 6 in a row. What's been consistent about your team in these last 6 games?
I think just us sticking together, even when we do have those lows where we're coming together, we're trying to go back to our principles, get back to the basics so that we can come out with that W.
Any other questions?
Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing you, so some of the losses early in the season, how confident were you that you'd get to this point coming into January and February, and how have you gotten kind of from the way we're playing to the way we're playing now?
We felt pretty good because we had people in and out of the lineup, and when you don't have continuity, you can't really, not that there was a low expectation, because whoever was able to play, we were expecting them to give us something. But I think when you had people, I mean, you had Aaliyah out at some point, you had Angel out, you had Nikel, I mean, you name a person, they've been out of the lineup this year. And so not having that continuity was a reflection of, you know, what was going on. So we knew that once we got everybody back and got close to healthy, that we were going to have that chemistry together, because again, you're talking about practice, not having everyone, and that's how you get better at practice. So I think for us, we knew we would get here, and we still have a ways to go. I mean, you know, we still haven't played 40 minutes of really good basketball yet. Like, to the naked eye, you probably think so, but we know, you know, these young ladies work hard every day to a certain standard that we have, and we're really still striving for 40 minutes of really good basketball.
Was that fourth quarter last week a springboard in any way into today's game?
I think it did, you know, but I also think that this group is hungry for more, because they know that we weren't necessarily playing our best for 3 quarters. And for them, they wanted to come out today a lot better than we did in the previous game. So combine that with the energy, the effort, the passion that we showed in that fourth quarter, I think that's what we saw a lot of in the first quarter today.
Game, I mean, we know some of the other players on the other team. They're from Buffalo, Danny Haskell, so it's always a good time playing against people that you know. And we just know to expect their best because it's a battle of the bridges.
Angel, what do you think about some of the reactions and responses from the other Niagara athletes who are at the game watching? And
I
maybe
think
that
it's
goes the other way
I
in
think it's
different-
amazing having their support. I know it brings a lot to us as a team. It means a lot to us. We try to get to each other's games, and just having them there